Hi, I'm Ricardo Semler. You know, over the years, a lot of people have been using all of the right cliches about modern management, innovation, people-centered, customer-centered, and so forth. But the fact is that a lot of these cliches have run out and are running out very quickly because we're still following a lot of the very classical ways of managing companies, and we still have Peter Drucker and Jack Welch and people on our minds. And we find that only the very young kids who are starting up in garages are putting this to a test. And of course, people are starting to get confused because they see these very large companies coming out of nowhere with very new ways of doing things. But in the end, these new ways also become very classical once they start organizing themselves for size. And that's true for all of the big unicorns and all of the great companies that have wonderful technology, but in the back, in the way they treat people, they're very traditional and they're very classical. And the time slowly has come where people have found that there isn't a management method, there isn't a way, there isn't a set of techniques, etc., that make you modern in terms of management. It is into this place that we've been practicing and working on now for 30-something years. And during all this time, we've been visited sometimes in the sum by hundreds of companies who were interested in taking a little bit of this here and there. But the fact is that the time wasn't ripe. It was never ripe for people to say, now we're ready to try something which is more contemporary, which is more coordinate with the times. And so we finally looked at this from Semco's standpoint and with a couple of wonderful Dutch partners who understand this business tremendously well, and said, maybe it's time to share some of this and to look out at like-minded people and people who are looking for new models and find out that what we've been doing, some other people have been doing very well for 30-odd years, is completely feasible for the first time. Something that was in timing very difficult is no longer. So what we did was put this together, put these people together, and hopefully you'll also find that there are a lot of insights and there's a lot of new ways of doing things, running away from the cliches and really building contemporary organizations.